If you're suffering from thyroid disorders like hypothyroidism, low thyroid issues, or Hashimoto's disease, then today's video is specifically for you. Because today I'm going to share with you this one nut which research shows is a must have for any thyroid patient because it literally transforms and improves your thyroid health. And here's a kicker, most people either don't consume this nut or eat this nut in the wrong way. And that's the reason they are not seeing any benefit. Hi, I'm Dr. Anshul Gupta, a former Cleveland Clinic functional medicine physician from US. I help people improve their chronic diseases by making personalized functional medicine plans. So people who are suffering from thyroid disorders, most of those people have Hashimoto's disease. Even though people might not have done the blood work to check for it, but research shows 90% of people currently have Hashimoto's disease, which is the real reason of their hypothyroidism or low thyroid issues. In Hashimoto's, your body is making antibodies which is damaging your thyroid gland. That inflammation that you can feel in your thyroid and in your body is the real reason of damaging your thyroid gland and also of this hypothyroidism. And one mineral called selenium has been shown in research studies that supports the thyroid gland, reduces the thyroid inflammation, and improves the thyroid hormone conversion. So that's the reason it is very important to have this mineral in your life. And for this, one nut called Brazil nut has the highest amount of natural selenium in any food. But here's the important thing to note. If you're not consuming Brazil nut in enough quantity, or if you are eating them in the wrong way, then your thyroid gland cannot utilize it and you're not going to see any difference at all. So let me first share with you how the selenium from Brazil nut improves and supports your thyroid gland. And then I'm going to tell you the common mistakes that I've seen in my clinic people making and what is the right way of using it. So selenium works in supporting your thyroid gland in multiple ways. The first way it does is that it reduces inflammation in your thyroid gland. How does it do it? Selenium is a very important part of an enzyme called glutathione peroxidase. The role of this enzyme is basically to get rid of free radicals from the thyroid gland and keep the inflammation in check. Now, unfortunately, because of deficiency of selenium, which first of all is very common in most of the people because we are not consuming food which is high in selenium. And second of all, most of the blood test that you are getting has never checked your selenium levels. So that's the reason being low in selenium, this glutathione peroxidase enzyme doesn't work. And that's the reason inflammation starts increasing in your thyroid gland and ultimately damages your thyroid gland and leads to Hashimoto's disease and low thyroid problems. The other thing selenium does is that it converts your inactive thyroid hormone, which is the T4, to the active form of thyroid hormone called T3. Now, why is it important? Because this active T3 hormone is the only hormone your body can utilize. Now, specifically if you're taking thyroid medications, it's the levothyroxine, which is only T4 medicine. And a lot of people are not converting this T4 to T3 medicine because of low in selenium. And that's the reason either they are still having symptoms of thyroid problems because their medications is not working, or their thyroid antibodies and inflammation is still high because again this selenium is low in them. So that's the reason it is very important to include selenium rich foods on the regular basis. And this is where Brazil nuts are really important because they are the only foods which has the highest amount of selenium in the whole world. Now let me first share with you the common mistakes that I have seen with people when they're consuming these Brazil nuts. First common mistakes that I see is that people are eating too many Brazil nuts. They are eating between 5 to 6 Brazil nuts. Well, one Brazil nut can have between 60 to 100 micrograms of selenium into it. You only need between 100 to 200 micrograms of selenium, not more than that. Because when you consume more than that, then you get toxic on selenium. Yes, there is something called selenium toxicity, which some people suffer from because either they are consuming too many Brazil nuts or they are taking very high dose selenium supplement. The other mistake that people are doing is that eating these Brazil nut empty stomach without zinc-rich foods. Research is very clear. Selenium alone cannot work. It needs zinc with it so it can work properly for your thyroid gland. So eating them alone empty stomach is the wrong way of consuming these Brazil nuts. So these are the common mistakes that people make. So now let me share with you the right way of consuming these Brazil nuts specifically for your thyroid health. So first of all, let's talk about the quantity of Brazil nuts. Do not consume more than 2 to 3 Brazil nuts in a daytime. Consume your Brazil nuts during the daytime and not during the night time, because your thyroid is most active during the daytime, so you need the selenium during the daytime. Consistency is the key. You cannot consume 10 Brazil nuts on a Sunday and not take any the rest of the week. So make sure you're consuming 2 or 3 Brazil nuts on the daily basis and not all of them together on a weekend. Now the next important thing is to how to store these Brazil nuts. Don't keep them outside, but keep them refrigerated. The reason being, it decreases the oxidation of fats which is present in these Brazil nuts. And when this fat gets rancid, it can actually hurt your stomach. So make sure you're keeping these Brazil nuts in your refrigerator. The next thing to remember is that you need to pair these Brazil nut with a source of protein and a source of zinc. Several research studies have shown that when you consume zinc with selenium, then only your thyroid gland can utilize both of the minerals, and then only it can reduce inflammation, reduce antibodies for your thyroid gland. So the best way of doing it is that along with your Brazil nut, consume 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds will give you both zinc as well as will also give you protein. Both of these will help in increasing the absorption of selenium as well as will help the selenium to actually reach your thyroid cells. So here you go. I told you exactly what mistakes you might be making and the right way of using these Brazil nuts so you can improve your thyroid health. Remember, consistency is a key. So start tomorrow and include both pumpkin seeds and Brazil nuts during the daytime, and you will slowly see an improvement in your health. Most people, after a few weeks of consuming these things, they will feel less inflammation in their thyroid in their body. After a few months, they will notice that the thyroid antibodies are improving. They will also feel that they have more energy and more mental clarity. Now, if consuming Brazil nut and pumpkin seeds is difficult for you, then you can take a thyroid supplement. This is where I have created this Thyroid Balance supplement, which has all the right vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, which is needed by your thyroid gland to function properly. It has the selenium, the zinc, the L-tyrosine, the iodine, and all the other minerals which is needed by your thyroid gland. If you want to use that supplement or buy it, the link will be in the description for you to buy it. So I hope you like this video, and now you know this one important nut that you should be consuming on the daily basis to improve your thyroid health and can literally transform your health journey. Please like and subscribe to my channel so you keep on getting this great information in the future too, as well as share this video with others who might benefit from it. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.